Okay, welcome to our council meeting for the Village of Point Edward. It's December the 14th at 2 o'clock. Land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that this land on which we are gathered today is part of the ancestral land of the Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi peoples, referred to collectively as the Anishinaabe. It is through the connection of the Anishinaabe with the spirit of the land, water, and air that we recognize their unique cultures, traditions, and values. Together as treaty people, we have a shared responsibility to act with respect for the environment that sustains all life, protecting the future for those generations to come. Is there anyone with pecuniary interest?
None here.
I have declared.
Okay, we'll move down to adoption of the minutes from the council meeting of November the 28th. Mover and a seconder, thank you. Councillor Burgess. Councillor Noctor.
I just have a question about the report of the closed session. Can I make it?
I was just going to say,
Oh.
are there any questions?
Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Yes, I have one.
Yes.
I sent an email earlier, just my recollection of direction we provided.
And I agreed with what you said,
Okay, so should the
but I
minutes-
was going to bring it up
should the minutes
when we
be
talk about it
altered or
later.
changed? Before we approve them as such, I wanted
Yes.
to modify it.
I didn't respond to you because I knew I was going to see
Yeah,
you, but
item 20, Jim.
I agreed with what you said. It was asking questions, but there was no definite for path forward at that point.
Sorry to bring the meeting to a roaring halt.
Not letting me sign in here. Open.
We'll read it.
Oh, yeah. I have a copy.
So what did you want it?
I think we should say that, so it was instructed to offer NRA 60. I don't think that was definitive. I think it was talked that there was support of NRA 60, but we wanted more information back at this meeting before we would
Right.
make a formal offer.
Yeah, and that's how I remember it.
And I think you even said at the meeting, we couldn't offer it until we had even passed the bylaw.
Right, we have to pass a bylaw.
Yeah.
So my recollection was that we were gonna offer it for two, but that's not necessarily the third one.
I think
I didn't think we had made a whole definitive answer.
we talked about that. It was the option we were probably headed towards.
Right, but
but-
not that it was clarified that was for sure what
That
we
there
were
was
gonna
a-
do. We wanted
yeah.
to get those questions answered.
Yeah. So I don't think
That's how
there
I
was,
remember it.
I don't think there was consensus to let's pull the trigger.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, there's some questions that are laying out there that need to be answered.
Yeah. So I think it was the chief administrative officer, was asked to get more accurate information about those available prior to making the change to determine what is best for people in their different positions. Delete the line was instructed to offer,
Okay,
because I don't think that. I don't know, is everyone else, is that your recollections too?
Yeah, we were looking for more information.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good. 4 brain powers. No, 5.
Yeah, you can be included.
Okay.
So we'll just, who motioned that?
did you-
Counselor Burgess and
Yeah.
Counselor Noctor.
Right.
So
just
you're
have to
okay
change
with
it as
that
amended.
revised? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, is there any other business arising from the minutes? Move on to communications receive and file. We can combine that.
I'll move that we move items 1 and 2.
Thank you,
I'll second that.
thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, number 15.
Okay, so St. Clair Street water, private water connections. This is the item that we're with the construction on the road next year. We'll be putting in 1-inch services to the property line, and then we are hoping that several, if not all, of the property owners will choose to upgrade the water line from the property line into their homes. That's where we traditionally run into a lot of problems with frozen water services. And so there's been some discussion at the council table about possibility of offering some kind of a loan program for to kind of incentivize them replacing the water line. What the proposal is to give a 5-year interest-free loan of $3,000 to be paid off over 5 years. Software, the financial software we have allows for that kind of thing quite simply, so I think if that's not a concern. The one issue that Jay wanted to bring forward was the possibility of, so the building code, or the plumbing code, whichever governs this, with water connections, doesn't necessarily require a real high quality product. And Jay, and actually I spoke with the building inspector as well, and this Municipex is a type of water line that's, like, it's the good stuff. It can be a little bit more expensive, but it's the right thing to put in, and lots of municipalities are requiring that product to be used. So Jay wanted us to include that when we send the letter out, that we tell people that if you want this loan program from the village, this is the product that we want used, so that down the road there are less maintenance problems. The other thought that I had, and I talk about in the report, is the possibility of, it's possible that there may be an individual property that's got to go a lot further into the, has a lot further to get to the service in the house, and so the expenses might be considerably more than $3,000. So I think council may want to consider the option of having a larger loan for people if they request it, but I think, have that base $3,000 loan go out, and then if people feel they would like to borrow more than that, then they can approach council on an individual basis, or we can figure out a way, but kind of make the blanket offer of the 3,000, and then if people need more, they can ask for more if they want.
Okay, because at this point, we don't even know exactly. 3,000 is a guess.
That's right. We have no
So
idea.
we don't know what it really costs to put those lines in. So I'm fine with if it costs them more and they're gonna borrow more, I'm fine with that, but how would we, would there be one person overseeing and approving, here's my estimate, and so you go, okay,
So it'll be up to the homeowner. Each individual homeowner
Right.
will get, whichever, they can choose whomever they want
Right.
from a contractor. There will be a permit required, a plumbing permit
Right.
from the county, so we'll have that in terms of inspection to make sure the work is done properly.
mhm,
So those are things we'll require, is that a plumbing permit be acquired and proper inspections completed before we give them any money.
right, but that's just like, who's gonna oversee, or who's gonna say, okay, check
Yeah, that'll be
that
done in the office.
in the
our
office, or is it Jay, or is it?
No, it'll
Okay.
be done in this office.
Okay, and I just wanted to say one other thing, just in case it comes up, like I own property on St. Clair Street, but it's empty. So water lines don't have anything to do with me, so I didn't declare it as a conflict. It's got no pipes. Or do you think that's different?
Yeah, I think you probably should be declaring a conflict.
Okay, then I have to leave the room. Sorry. I thought because I'm not buying any pipes and it's empty, that it didn't matter. Sorry. Just let me know.
You have the gavel.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No,
I just,
That's okay.
honestly, I
Yep.
didn't look at it as a conflict because it's empty lot.
Any other questions? Councilor Mondu?
I've got one, this is specific to St. Clair Street, but there's other areas in the village that have a similar problem with freezing water lines. So would this be kind of setting a precedent? Or,
Nothing has to set a precedent. It's up to the council of the day if they want to offer this kind of a program. And so it's a council decision at the time whether they want to continue to
So-
offer something like this.
Each one be
in
an
future
individual
occasions.
basis?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Burgess?
I know we've talked about this for quite a few years and it might have been brought up before. If I'm a homeowner and I have an expertise in this, can I do it on my own? Or if I have a family member or a contractor that I'm comfortable with, I don't have to buy into the Point Edward program?
That's correct. Yeah, if you don't want to, if you want to put the service in on your own, you still require a plumbing permit.
Yeah, and if I was using a contractor, I'm sure they would be aware of
Yeah.
that, but
yeah,
I
you
don't have to if.
Involve the village hall if you don't want.
And if I have that expertise and I can pass all the inspections, I could go ahead and do it on my own.
Yep.
Okay.
So I have a couple questions. So we didn't get the 3,000 number, we just pulled out of the air, or did Jay? give you some
No, that
feedback?
was based on Lydia.
Lydia. okay.
Like, and I mean, as I said in the report, you can't. It's impossible to go and look at each property individually, but
Right.
she said, you know, and that should cover most properties. So that's why, that's where that number comes.
Because I
from.
thought going to a maximum of 5,000 wouldn't affect us much, because it's
Not-
gonna be
Fair enough,
Maybe-
there's about 40 properties roughly.
40 probably, yeah. But if it's, she thinks it's around 3, if we say max 5, it just saves you possibly having to go back to council,
Fair, yeah,
right, for.
Yeah.
Somebody comes in at $3,800 or
Mhm.
whatever. Would council have to approve that, or could you approve that as part of?
it depends on this. With this report, I think 3,000 is the limit. If you want to bump it up to 5, then I think anything below 5 could be approved at staff level.
So I'd be prepared to say. We offered 3, that up to 5 can be approved.
Okay,
At your office, then anything over 5 would come to council. Just to try and keep things moving. My other question was, in the letter, it'll clearly state that failure to use the recommended pipe products would make them ineligible for the.
right,
And then I think we should add another clause that there will be no future water usage credits after the project is done. So if you
Okay.
choose to not replace your pipe, you can't come after us asking for the
Mhm.
credit to keep your, because I don't know if Ariane is aware, some people in that area leave a tap dripping all winter to prevent freezing.
Okay.
And so then what we've done in the past is we've credited them back a portion of that, because it was thought it was sort of our fault as much as their fault that it was freezing, so I'm saying, once we've offered this, and we've been generous enough that I think we should not offer that. Council Monday?
That program's been discontinued.
yeah, we haven't
Oh,
done
have
that
it?
for a
Okay.
few
Yeah.
years,
Okay.
but.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea to just kind of.
Yeah,
remind people.
yes,
Yeah.
put it out there.
Mhm.
So do we need a mover to modify the recommendation?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah, we
Yes.
don't have a mover or second or
Okay.
call, so,
so I guess, do we have to move it as you presented it, or,
no, it can be as amended.
but can I amend it as the chair? I can, so,
I'll
Go
make
ahead.
I'll
Okay.
make the amended motion.
thank you.
I'll second that.
And Councilor Burgess seconded it. All in favor? Okay.
I'll send the mayor in.
Okay. Lost one, so. Because Tim's conflicted. We're gonna
Oh,
stay
okay.
in there. Yeah, yeah.
So this is at 208 Michigan Ave. The resident or owner of that property moved in a shipping container back in the summer. She was sent a letter late November, 23rd, 22nd. Just informing her that the shipping containers are not permitted, and she has sent a letter asking permission to maintain the container there until the 30th of June of 2024. And so I've put together a recommendation that we allow it to stay there until that date. And that we request the building permit be submitted by, I believe the date I had was the 19th of
23rd. Oh, wait,
23rd.
no, no, never mind.
19th of January.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong spot.
And the reason for that is just so the process gets started and is moving forward. We have the permit in by then, and then, you know, it'll take them probably a week or so to evaluate and issue the permit, and then she has.
Deputy Mayor Grimes?
So I note in the discussion that you're asking for a permit to modify the CCAN to become compliant.
Mhm.
It's my understanding that Rachel would like to build a garage rather than maintain the CCAN. Is that,
I actually have blueprints drawn up for a garage that I was planning on having built. I ran out of funds, so, like, you know, life became a little more expensive than I had anticipated, so I had purchased outright this CCAN, so it's not like it's rented, it's anything, right? I bought it, the 20-foot CCAN, which I'm using as interim, as storage for my husband's tools and whatnot. Just so they don't get ruined in weather, because that's how he makes a living. So I do, like I said, I had blueprints drawn up to build a garage that is within the variance of the property that I own.
I misunderstood that. I thought you wanted to modify the CCAN
So
and
did
keep
I.
it there
That's what I
permanently.
thought you meant.
Well, so this is why I'm asking for the extension. If this is something, like, if I can save up enough money to get my garage built by the end of June, like, or even have it started, you know, spring or summer of next year, 2024, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. If I'm unable to come up with that amount of money to get a full garage built, I am then looking to modify the CCAN to look not like a CCAN, to get it the peaked roof and sided and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of split in two directions depending on how my finances play out in 2024.
Okay. I didn't realize that you were still considering building, which to me, it's just a matter of modifying the recommendation then to allow for building a new building as well.
but she would have to
So-
apply for a
Well-
permit by January 19th for either or
This, the whole story changes now.
Well, yeah, I.
No, as for the, like, I did send an email and I stated that I purchased the CCAN. I didn't know that I was in violation. When it was initially brought to my house, it was parked in my laneway, which by law told me my CCAN was not allowed to be within the front yard of my property. So, and it wasn't actually ever meant to stay there. The man who was delivering my CCAN actually, hit the side of my house. I almost had the CCAN inside my living room. So this whole CCAN thing has been a huge problem. And then, so the CCAN is sitting in my backyard. You can only see about the top 3 feet from the front of my house because it is behind the fence, but it is in my backyard. So I'm,
So the bylaw says you can't have a CCAN. So the way I'm hearing the story now is you're asking for a temporary period of time to let the CCAN sit there while you decide which option you're taking.
well, I'm trying to financially figure out.
Right, not, it's either a garage and it goes, or it gets modified,
Correct.
but you can't, like what it doesn't matter what they can see. They're just not allowed.
Right.
But this is asking for temporary time,
I'm asking till June 30th of
Right.
2024.
but, so it's a bit different than what our report was written up as.
so can we remove the condition about requiring the building permit till
Yep.
June and then
Yeah. I think we should have some deadline there,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah,
you know, whether it be, maybe it's the end of March. We say, you know,
Yeah.
or end of April. I don't know when you feel. You know, I think there needs to be a point in time where
yes,
we need to know that she's moving forward with this process,
shows
right?
intent
Yeah,
to fix the problem, so.
Yeah.
Does May 1st work? That's 60 days from the deadline,
Yeah.
right? So.
yeah,
That's,
Yeah.
that's more than fine.
yeah,
It was more waiting until the spring to kind of figure out.
yeah, it's just, we misunderstood what was happening, so.
yeah, I did not understand that you were still considering a new building. So
Oh,
I
my apologies on that.
I read. I mean, you say right in your letter, it says you got blueprints. I assumed it was blueprints to modify, so I just,
Yeah, I thought that at first too, but.
so if I just modify the building permit application, be submit, I'll remove the part about allowing the required modifications. And we'll just say that a building permit. Either allowing modifications. Or. Building a total,
New structure.
or building a new structure, yeah. Be submitted by May 1st, 2024.
First fall. May first is a Wednesday, so.
Okay. Okay. We need a mover and a seconder for that.
Love that.
I can look for it.
Second, second. All in favor? Went to sleep.
Okay.
I was thinking.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Rachel. Yep.
thank you.
I'm stressed out about this.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
When it goes to until third.
Okay, the next item is dog tag, dog license fees. I was anticipating having the new bylaw all finished up by now, and the new fees would have been part of that bylaw, but it's not completed yet. So it's just a motion to implement some increases to our fees. And what have come, the recommended fee, $5 increase to each regular fee and a $10 increase to each late fee. The other piece is, so if our deadline is January 31st. If somebody comes in after January 31st, and I mean, we usually give people a little bit of time too, but if they come in after the 31st, they're charged the $10 late fee. If we, for some reason, like if there's a dog bite or a dog running at large, and we become aware of a dog after the 31st of January, the fee doubles. So if they come in on their own volition and pay the license fee, to pay the fee here. If it's because of something we're doing, that if we find they have a dog, then the fee doubles.
Okay, you need a motion, sorry.
I have a couple questions.
Yep,
if I
sorry.
could. If a resident gets a new dog on July 1st,
We would just charge them the regular fee.
pre-January.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as we know, I mean, if they came in and didn't tell us, if we didn't know it was a
Right.
new dog in the area, we would probably charge, right off the hop. We're gonna charge them the late fee,
But
but if they tell us
I
that
just adopted this
yeah.
dog,
we give them the cheaper fee. Yeah.
Is that it, Greg? I thought you had another one.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till after the motion. The only thing is, I find the increases to be a little steep, and I'm just trying to understand. Why we're doing the $5 and $10 jumps, is it just a rounding thing or what? Cause like, we're ranging from 11% increase to 28% increase at the high end, which. I know it's not a big. Expense out there, but at the same time,
It is.
it is outside the cost of living allowance, it's out there. So I'm trying to get my head
Yeah.
around it.
I think my reasoning for, I mean, the $5 thing is just to keep things simple.
Mhm.
And then the reason for a bigger increase in the late fees is to try to convince people to come in and get it done. And us not to have to go searching for people.
And how many tags do we sell in a calendar year?
Ooh.
Even ballpark.
I would say if we buy 100, I would say maybe 50 or so. I think. I do feel that there's a lot of unlicensed dogs
Oh,
out
yeah.
there though,
Just-
and that's something they crap.
I don't have any knowledge on everything that goes on, but I already know of 3 situations where it was about a bite and there was no registration.
Right,
3 that I just happen to know about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the real number
yeah, oh, yeah,
that happened to? I don't know, but
that's all I have, Marion.
okay. Do we have to, we need an approval then?
Yeah, if council is in
Is there-
favor,
if-
we need to move her.
Can I get a motion to, if someone is in favor of passing this?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Seconder, thank you. All in favor? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, community events, public announcements. Anyone have anything?
I just sent everybody an email of the Observer story. It just came out this afternoon of the Point Edward Fire Department's toy drive.
Okay.
So it was a really nice article.
Yep. And I just got one from, I had a meeting with tourism today and wrote this all down. December 16th is Women's Hockey Day in Lambton County. And because of the women's tournament that's coming in Friday night,
It's one game.
Saturday night.
It's just the Canada US. the one
Yeah,
game.
so it's all related to that, and they're saying, make it a red and white day. But I'll flip you a copy of that. And then. What was our free ice day?
December
30th,
31st.
31st
December 31st, I'll just remind, and that was at
time,
1:30,
something like that.
Yeah.
1:30.
sponsored by the village.
I thought it was 1 o'clock, but
I thought it was too.
it was the same time as our regular public skating. So
Okay.
people are gonna come in anyhow.
And
Holiday skate, there it is, 1 o'clock to 2:30, thank you. From Derek, sending that to me, December 31st, 1 to 2:30, sponsored by the village. We'll put that out through constant contact too.
can we jump back up to new business? I
Yep.
forgot one item.
Yep.
The last update on the Point Edward signs was that we were all caught up, but the Venetian Boulevard one is still missing. Is it?
I'll see where it is.
Yeah,
I thought maybe it's just the sign itself is done.
yeah, because I know the post got broke, so whether the post is being replaced or not.
Okay. Yep. Oh,
And I noticed happily that McCray Park backstop is being installed
Yay,
the last
Um,
2 days.
so I don't know that the fence is gonna be put up
Okay.
still this year, but the post at least.
It will be then set. Good.
Yep.
and if for anybody driving down Venetian, see the first floor up of the apartment building.
Oh, I haven't been over there.
Well, like I went to my meeting this morning and went, God, the first floor is all there. Like, it goes fast,
said
because
it
it's
would go
prefab,
quick.
right?
Well, I heard it's gonna go because
Yeah,
of all the
prefab.
delays, everything's prefabbed and
Yeah.
ready, sitting in somewhere.
But it's amazing, so you can get to see the shape of it now,
Yeah.
and where it lies. Bylaws,
So bylaw 38 is to appoint counselors to the new committees. I did not include the OPP. Because the advice I got from the guy was we shouldn't be appointing people until the new legislation kicks in. We can advertise, we can make the decisions, but the people should not be appointed until the time comes, and even having them, we could. There's a fair little bit of work that needs to be done, adopting bylaws and policies and such. And we may want the new committee members involved in that, so we might. Council may choose to establish like a transition committee. And those people could be appointed to the transition committee. But as far as appointing them, actually the police services board, he recommended we don't do that yet at this point. And he didn't really give me an answer on an alternate. Like I asked to have a person be an alternate for the 2 members that we do appoint. And he didn't really give me an answer on that. All he said was you need to give careful consideration to appointing a board that is representative of your community. And referring to representation of specifically First Nations communities, but also minorities in the community.
Oh.
So,
I'm not aware of ever hearing of an alternate, even at the Sarnia Police Board or any of our previous boards.
no, I don't,
I don't think.
But
it
I
is.
don't-
Never been
I
done.
don't think it's an accepted practice.
but anyway, I just,
Could just lead to increased costs, because then we have to have extra training. Thank you. So, anyway, we'll find out.
so anyway, this bylaw is just to cover the regular appointments.
Need to have a mover and seconder.
I can move that bylaw number 38, being a bylaw to appoint council members to various boards and committees, be read a first, second, and third time. And finally pass this 14th day of December 2023.
Seconded by Council Mondu. All in favor? Okay, that's complete. Confirmation bylaw. Oh, wait,
We're gonna go.
Going in
camera.
camera, so we do that before. So we're going in camera to talk about personnel matter,
Mhm.
as we're allowed to under the act. And so we won't be coming back on live at the end. I'm just noting that for anybody that's listening. Thank you for attending.
I'll make the motion to go in camera.
Seconded. Deputy Mayor Grimes, all in favor? Okay. Make sure the live's gone.
It's gone. Cause I never went live. I did go live. Why is this?
Yeah, it was live. I
You
saw
were
the
live.
button.
I didn't get a notification on Facebook.
It did say we were live, but here it's, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't get a notification, so.
It was, because
Oh, you watched
I
it?
saw it when I was here. Yeah, we were live.
I wonder why we didn't get the Facebook notifications. That it always says the Village of Monero is live.
Here we are. Yeah, it's live, you know.